What up, everybody, and welcome back. Another episode of the My One Thing podcast. You don't see the daylight on my back, but you can see the daylight at Justin, which is weird because we never do this shit during the day. I'm trying to get this bitch in early today. The Heat play tonight, and want to be ready for that game. Brandon will be joining us soon to give us his take on the Heat and the Dolphins. And obviously joining me again today, to my right, I don't know what screen he's on yours, and Mr. underscore V305, Mr. Alejandro there. Yes, sir. Welcome back. And to my left, again, don't know what side he's on your screen, Jaywalk Live, with hopefully 2Ks. And, we can move on from that. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me at this time.
The best hockey player in South Florida.
That's facts. I scored a hat trick last week. Don't sleep on me. A full hat trick. I said, carried my team to a victory.
You're starting the season tonight? The night the season starts, or you already started playing?
No, I started last Thursday, and I scored a hat trick on the first game back. I snapped.
Where is it located?
You only play one. You play once a week?
Once, yeah, on Thursdays, which is today.
Where do you play?
We play at a skate zone in Lake Worth, right off the turnpike, right next to the Dunkin' Donuts. The no regrets skis, baby. We lit out here. No cap. Defending champions, no regrets.
What is that thing with this no cap shit I keep hearing? Why do everybody keep saying that?
Bro, no cap.
No cap. What is this?
It's like
that's slang now. What does that mean now?
It's like no nonsense, no lying. Like you're telling the truth, no cap. When you're capping, bro, you're lying.
The other day I was told that the new version of thank you is say less. Like, what? What'd you say, bro? But I get that one a little bit more because I heard people say, say no more. Say no more. I get it, but whatever. It's still stupid. I think I said it to me like 3 times. I'm like, what? What are you telling me, bro? Say less or what? I haven't said anything. But anyway, whatever. It is no big deal. Where's Alex? We lost Alex there. I don't know where Alejandro's at.
I'm here.
You see him?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that, but anyway, okay. No problem. All right, he's back, though. No biggie. All right, so everybody, welcome back. Again, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me at this time of day, which normally we don't do, and I knew I got you guys together quick, which is fucked up because I can't get you guys with days ahead, but I can get you with like a fucking 3 hours to go before we do a podcast. I can get everybody together. Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works. We're talking 2 things today. We're talking Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat. Very simple. If something jumps up in the middle between, so be it. But that's what we're talking about because that's what's going on. The Marlins, we know, but the Marlins are holding. They're standing there. They're, I think if the season ended now, they'd be like they're in the second wild card or whatever, right? Something like that. So good, I'm not gonna fuck with them too much. Not to jinx them. Let them do their thing. Playoffs haven't started. But let's talk about the real shit. Miami Dolphins. I said it last week. We're either gonna be 1-0 or 0-1. Obviously, we got the latter on that one. And my take personally, before I get to you guys, and what I'd like to do is if you guys, your goods, your bads, any guys that stuck out to you, good or bad as well, don't really matter. Anything that you see we need to work on, I'll come around to you guys and get your opinions on that. But me personally, it's simple for me. We couldn't stop the run, obviously, but we could stop the pass. You couldn't throw on us, but you could run all over us. And that was and offensively, I don't feel we did nothing. Now, and I still think we shouldn't have lost that game. I still think we could have won that game. If the offense would have done anything at all, we could have won that game. I think if the offense would have been playing better, defense would have had maybe a little more momentum, maybe made a stop where it needed to make a stop. And, it's first game, no training camp, and you're dealing with a guy that the Dolphins really don't play on a regular basis to begin with. So he's a different animal when it comes to, obviously him and Brady. Can't compare them as long-term careers and all that, but he was a former MVP. He's a different type of player. I love Cam Newton. Don't get me wrong. He was a former Gator, and I hate that he left and did that stupid shit. Could have got us another national championship, but anyway, no big deal. It's water under the bridge. And so that's just me. Simple. Couldn't stop the run, obviously. 30th ranked defense. Could stop the pass. But it was just those little moments that we did not get the ball. We did not stop a play that we could have stopped. And then offensively, we did nothing. So I will start with, I know Justin had some stuff. He had put down some notes. And so I'm going to go ahead and start with Jay. And then we'll come to you, Alex, and we'll get your takes on this whole Dolphin 0-1 start to the season.
So, of course, why does it feel like it's the same Dolphins every year? Is it just me? I mean, when have we ever been able to stop the run consistently in the past 10 years?
It's Groundhog Day every time.
I mean, it's actually
Basically.
it's ridiculous. They average 5 yards a carry, 5.1 yards carry. We are the 31st ranked rush defense and the first ranked pass defense. Tell me how that happens. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to want to throw the ball, and freaking Josh Rosen this week is just going to do the same thing, only with better weapons. But you look at the negatives. Yeah, whatever. You lost. You gave up a lot of rushing yards. Your offense was stagnant. But you look at the positives. Devontae Parker in the first quarter and a half was torching Stephon Gilmore again. He was 4 for 43 yards. I mean, that's over 10 yards a catch, 10.1 yards a catch against the reigning defense MVP. So he was taking him to the – I mean, I don't want to hear that he's injury prone because he re-aggravated an already, like, flimsy hamstring that he was questionable going in with. He was already questionable going in, and he decided to play. I mean, so what I'm hearing right now is that he's going to play this week.
I'm hearing that.
So it's not like he injured a different part of his body. It's the lingering issue of a hamstring, which I can tell you from experience, hamstrings are hard injuries to get over because they linger. They hurt. They hurt real bad. And what I was pleasantly surprised with, I mean, you got to look at Solomon Kinley and freaking Austin Jackson. I mean, Austin Jackson had, one hurry the whole game, didn't let up a sack, looked very good, and Solomon Kinley looked equally as best. Now, if I told you the weakest part of our offensive line was going to be the Ted Karras, like I've been talking about, the backup center from the Patriots last season, and it showed. I mean, when they came in on a rush and when we tried to run the ball, it was, he kept getting beat. He was literally the weakest part of our offensive line, which, I mean, it wasn't shocking for me.
And he's a veteran, isn't he? He's a veteran. The young guys are the ones that played up to their, what we were hoping for.
For the pundits, it was shocking to them. Oh, Ted Karras is the one that's bad, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, he was the backup for the Patriots. I mean, and it showed. We do need, more depth, I mean, at the line. But for now, look good. Defensive line, Christian Wilkins looked great. He looked really well. I mean, this is the jump that you want to see from year 1 to year 2. Raekwon Davis, well, you didn't see much. I mean, I was kind of upset that Jason Shortbridge didn't even dress because we could have needed more help against the run. Worst part about the team was definitely linebacker. I mean, as soon as you trade away a guy like Raekwon McMillan who stops the run consistently, you trade him away, who's going to stop the run? Nobody from the linebacker crew didn't even want to be a part of the run stopping. I mean, it was awful. They couldn't stop the run, and I blame the linebackers for not plugging in those holes, getting your gaps. If your defense is taking up 2 guys and it's you in a gap and you can't make the play, which, you saw it time in and time out, I mean, you're not going to stop the run ever. And when you trade a guy away like Raekwon McMillan, who was a top 10 linebacker against the run last year, it's going to be holes. So, I mean, that's what I came out with through the whole game. And Jakeem Grant needs to go. I don't like Jakeem Grant.
He made a nice catch on a throw, a nice throwback. One of the few fucking. You too.
Pull in Borden on the field or Malcolm Perry on the field.
Look, that's the thing. They should have. There was guys playing that day that I'm like, Gaskin was getting a bunch of carries, and I'm like, where's Howard and where's Breida?
I'll wait till I go on that one.
I mean, I didn't understand certain things. Again, first game, no training camp. I mean, no preseason, nothing. Like, I mean, they didn't look good either. Let's not act like they looked like world beaters or anything like that. You had texted me, we're gonna get blown out. I'm like, we're not gonna get, come on. I know you're probably being sarcastic with it. It's rare because it doesn't really run through your blood. But man, it was like they didn't look good either. That's why I said we probably could have won that game. Just a little thing here, a little thing there, just a little spark on offense. You're right, Parker. I have him on my fantasy team, so I was like, yeah, all right, let's go, keep doing what you're doing. And then I see him on the sideline. I'm like, God damn. But I did hear he's ready to go this week. And by the way, whoever released Kenny Golladay, thank you very much. I was able to pick him up. I don't know why somebody would do that just because he was questionable. He's a starting receiver every week when he's healthy. how do you just release that guy in week 1? But anyway, whoever that was, thank you. I looked it up. I don't know who it was. And so, yeah, I mean, you made some good points. Okay, the McMillan trade, again, still doesn't make sense because he's obviously one of the few guys who actually stopped the run. And we weren't stopping the run last year either, weren't we? If I'm not mistaken, stats-wise, we weren't stopping the run either, but he was one of the bright spots. And then you get rid of the guy who can stop the run. So, Alex, go ahead, bro. What's your take on this?
I got a lot of emotions. Just like disappointed. They were flat, man. On offense. My only issue on offense, I was fine with Devontae Parker. Justin said, Kinley and Austin Jackson were fantastic. Like they were amazing. Like I'm very, very happy. The outlook of this offensive line finally, in a long time, they look good. The only thing that was a head scratcher for me is you pay Jordan Howard, you pay Matt Breida, and Myles Gaskin, gets all these carries and touches. And I think Jordan Howard, correct me if I'm wrong, only had like 6 touches the whole game. And Matt Breida only had like 5 or 7. That's unacceptable to me. Like, why are you going to pay these guys, X amount, whatever millions they got paid, and you're putting Myles Gaskin in? If you had that much faith in Myles Gaskin, then why bring these guys in? I don't get it. Like, that I don't understand. And then they bring in Lynn Bolden, which I hope to see him soon, and Malcolm Perry as well, because I think Jakeem Grant is done. Like, I don't see it personally,
All right.
And then, Fitzpatrick's 3 interceptions. I mean, what are you going to do? The offense was flat. The game plan was flat the whole game. So, he's got to do a lot better, because I think if he has another clunker like that, everyone's going to start chirping. I want to see Tua against Jacksonville if he has a 3 interception game again like that. I mean, you have to. I mean,
no,
you got to put this team.
You have to decide something. Yeah.
This offense needs excitement. I mean, if Fitzpatrick has another 2-3 interception game and it's like a blowout against the Bills, I mean, you got to save the season. You're not going to go 0-3 potentially.
No,
and Jacksonville just won. They beat the Colts. You know what I mean? Like,
fucking up my damn survivor pool.
And I mean, defensively, look, I mean, it's crazy. We're the worst right now, the worst run defense and the best pass defense. But I don't want to overreact after one game.
After one game, I agree.
Because again, like Justin was saying, New England doesn't have very good receiving core, so I can't go by that top rank pass offense. Let's wait till they play better receivers. I mean, I'm not gonna go, there yet, because we still got.
Cam didn't throw the ball that much, did he? I mean, I don't remember the numbers, but he didn't throw the ball that much.
No. Defensively, Christian Wilkins, I was very happy to see that he looks like he's taking the next step to being a dominating, defensive lineman. But everyone else, I mean, Ogba didn't do anything. Shaq Lawson didn't do anything. I mean, these are guys that we paid money to, and they didn't, they didn't really do much. Van Noy was okay. I mean, I thought he was pretty average at best. The guy that I liked was Brandon Jones. I didn't expect him to play that much. He played a lot.
He showed with his numbers.
And I think he had double-digit tackles, if I'm not mistaken.
Double-digit tackles, yes, he did.
Him and Jerome Baker, he was active as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how it's going to work going forward. I mean, if Brandon Jones is going to get that much more playing time, I don't know. But they got to
after the first game. I mean, shit.
They got to figure it out this week against Buffalo, because I mean, they all around they're a very good team. They have Diggs now, and Josh Allen's a running quarterback again. Another week of a running quarterback. So how are they gonna, if they go 0-2, that's a big hole, especially 2 division losses in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be tough.
Start the season at 0-2 and 0-2 in the division is.
I don't know what you guys
bounce
think.
Back from that, but
yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but if Fitzpatrick has a bad game again, I want Tua in. I'm sorry. I mean, what's the weight at this point?
I was gonna lead into that.
Yeah.
What's your selling point? At what point do you say, all right, if he has another bad game like he did, see, I think the 3 interceptions are somewhat overshadowed in the sense that I don't think he played that bad. The offense in general didn't do anything, but it's just the fact that the offense didn't play well or didn't do anything. Those 3 interceptions look like But again, I still think that we probably could have won the game, even with those 3 INTs, which you don't win many games like that. But I think that you have to, like you said, if you lose in Buffalo and he has another game like that or a worse game, you don't want to go. Is the Jacksonville game at home or in Jacksonville? I don't remember.
At Jacksonville, Thursday night. So it's a short week.
Short week. Mm-hmm. Even more of a reason to start Tua, if anything, because he's fresh. He's not going to be working off of a short week like Fitzpatrick is. Right. But I think he has to have the game that he had last week or worse. And we got to get like blown out or some shit. Like, you can't just be overreacting because he had 2 bad games.
Right.
He throws 1 pick this week and we keep it close. And we lose, but we keep it close. You know what I'm saying?
And Buffalo has a very good secondary, so this is not, a pushover. This is not. They have a very good defense. So we can't win ball games scoring less than 20 points a game. We got to put up at least 20 plus on Sunday, because Buffalo's going to be able to score.
Well, I mean, hopefully our pass defense is not it's not a product of a bad receiving core in week 1. It's actually, they are legit, and that'll give us that edge. Hopefully the linebackers defensively, they're a different team, but even though Josh Allen is a running core, he's not as active, I don't think, as Cam. He's not as, much as a power runner like Cam is, too, either. So I don't think it'll be the same. I mean, even though Buffalo might look at the game plan and say, hey, let's run Josh Allen a little more because it worked. It works against this team. So maybe they do that, but if they play their offense, I don't think that their offense is tailored, or not like New England seemed like they did their offense around Cam and his running ability. Where I don't think that's going to be the case with Buffalo. But you game plan. You game plan for the teams coming in every week. And so they might say, hey, let's put some packages in for Allen and let's go. And Justin, say hi to Mom, by the way, for me. Thank you. We can't 0-2 if he has a bad game, really bad game. Yeah, you got to really, really consider that big time. Not the way I'm sure we wanted it to be, but we all knew it was a possibility. So what do you think, Justin, as far as Tua, and when do you bring him in?
Well, I think Brian Flores said, yesterday, that Tua all offseason was, they were keeping it light and they were seeing if he was healthy, and that now the season started, he looks more healthy and he looks like he's going to be able to play soon. So I don't know how much soon is for Brian Flores or the organization, but if he's just getting into real game shape, it'd probably be another 2 weeks. But who do we play after Jacksonville? Because I don't want to put him in and then take him out and then put him in.
Yeah, I don't either.
Take him out, because then that's just gonna ruin his progression.
Me personally. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You took a pause.
Oh no, you can go, because I'm gonna put the rest of the schedule.
I'm doing that right now, so go ahead.
Cool. So after Jacksonville, we got at home against Seattle. Seattle at home, and then at San Francisco, at Denver.
Yeah, so let's hold off on that Tua talk. As much as I would love to see him in, I mean, those are tough games. Even the Jaguars.
Eventually he's got to play, man. So we can't pick and choose. We can't be nitpicking either. He's got to play.
I will say this:
rookie year, though.
Do bring him in. Let's say with a scenario.
Joe Burrow's our game 1, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow didn't come into the league freaking with injury problems, and I put quotations mark around there. And Joe Burrow didn't even look that good during the game either. I mean, the Chargers looked absolutely deplorable.
Yeah, they're
bad. The Bengals did what the Bengals are going to do. Bro, Joe Burrow's career is exactly how they lost that game. Exactly how that lost. I feel like that's going to be his whole career at Cincinnati. He's a good player. But he's just going to keep that with that team and that franchise and how that team is run. I mean, it's always going to be a missed field goal with 7 seconds left. If I was me, why not have Joe Burrow try to win you the game with 7? That's a lot of time, 7 seconds. Boy, they were inside the 20. Inside the 20.
Give them a chance to make a.
You draft him number 1 overall. I mean, Brian Flores is definitely going for the touchdown, right? With 7 seconds? Definitely with his quarterback. I think he is.
I will say this though: if he does come in, if they do bring him in, let's say week 3, the scenario we talked about, he stays as a starter unless he loses the position himself. I know we got Seattle, I know we got San Francisco, but if you make that move, let's say you make that move at week 3 at Jacksonville, he needs to become the starter permanently. That's it. From now, we ride to the rest of the season, or unless he plays so bad in a game that you don't want to break his confidence or whatever, and you bring him out and you let Fitzpatrick come back in a game. But if he comes in and he restarts for Fitzpatrick week 3, he needs to stay the starter the rest of the season. You can't, just like you said, not that bringing out bullshit. I don't want to do that to him.
I'm still looking at September 25th against the Chargers or the 1st against the Rams to bring him in. Because then you got the Chargers, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Jets, the Bengals. I mean, then you have a lot easier type of to get to get a part of the NFL. But I don't know. I think week 3 is too soon. I'm saying week 7. If I'm going to put him in, I'm putting him in week 7.
I don't disagree with you in this, but we're remember, we're looking at it in a scenario that Fitzpatrick is playing like shit and he's costing us games. Dude, if we
but that's what Fitzpatrick is, though, no? Yeah, Fitzpatrick is the guy that throws 3 interceptions and throws 3 touchdowns the next week. I mean, you know what you get with Fitzpatrick.
You're correct. That is correct. I was going to bring that up, yes. So that's why you can't jump the gun too quick on this either. But, I mean, again, if we get blown out next week and he has another horrible game, 3 interceptions, and the offensive doesn't do anything, then you got to at least start considering it. Yes, the next games coming up are tough. Even Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not a tough. I mean, no NFL team is a what you call it, a for sure anyway. You can go into any game and get your ass beat. Plain and simple.
Look at Washington.
Man, I'm still pissed about fucking Indianapolis, man. They're pissing me off, bro. Week 1, I get knocked out of my pool, man. That's horseshit.
No, but the losers pool we're still in.
Yeah, we're still in the losers pool. I find that so much easier to do. What?
Why would you bet on Phillip Rivers, who's always down by 1 score with 12 seconds left in the game? What is wrong with you? This is Phillip Rivers' MO.
He's not in San Diego.
So it's not San Diego. It's clearly him.
It was a good pick. Hey, let me tell you, a lot of people picked Indianapolis, right?
Well, then a lot of people lost.
Well, yeah, of course. Shit. It is what it is. That's how that shit works, bro. Like you said, Washington. Me and him were talking about the picks, and we brought up Washington too, and Philly. That Philly don't have this, Philly don't have that. And look, so it is what it is, bro. That's just the way the cookie crumbles out here. So yeah, you don't want to jump.
I could say one thing real quick. I'd rather be the Dolphins than the Eagles. I mean, I know you're just coming off a Super Bowl championship, but right now, is Carson Wentz the guy? I mean, I'd rather be the Dolphins more than a lot of teams, more than Cleveland, more than the Eagles, more than a ton of teams, bro.
I never thought he was from the beginning. I never thought he was the guy from the time he was drafted. I never liked this guy at all.
We don't have Adam Gase as our head coach. I mean, we're looking up. I mean, we did say.
Hey, let me ask you. Hey, am I freezing up or am I coming through?
No, you're coming through.
No, you're good.
I feel like I'm good. Oh, okay. I thought I was saying something. I don't think you guys had heard. That's why I wasn't sure. I feel like I'm having some connection issues.
We got to root for the Texans to lose against the Ravens, because the Texans keep losing.
They are not good. Yeah. They are not a good football team.
Well, who said something last week? I think it was one of y'all said something about the Texans that don't necessarily think that they're going to have a bad season. Somebody said that. I don't know. I think it was one of you guys. Not you two, but the group. Somebody said it. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? They suck. They're not good. They lost their best receiver. They got the quarterback, fine, but who do they have? I can't even name one of their receivers.
Their secondary is awful. Their linebackers are awful. Minus J.J. Watt, who's always hurt. I mean, if he gets hurt.
Is Bill O'Brien still the head coach?
Yes,
right?
sir.
And coach and GM.
Oh, so he's not going to fire himself. Gotcha. Got it.
So I mean, if that Texas pick becomes a top 15, top 10 pick, that's huge.
That'll be huge. Well, I mean, let's see, because if this is the way we're starting the season, we might be in the top 10 ourselves. So who knows?
We might have 2 picks in the top 10. So yeah.
So well, let's see. Yeah, no, that's unfortunately it's not the way I wanted to start the season. Obviously.
So how confident are you against the Bills this week?
Well, I told you during our text conversation about after the game that I see 0-2, and I see because I hate saying, if we go over there playing like this, but this is all we have to go off because this is the way we played. You're only as good as your last game or whatever they say. So unless they, do some real fucking soul searching and fucking get that offense moving, find a way to put points on the board, yeah, we're probably going to start the season 0-2. The only thing good about it, even though there's going to be a few fans, but at least we're home. And that's the only thing I see at least in our sake, that's good for us. We're at least home. We're at least playing at home.
I want to see how that's going to be.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be weird.
Back on the Houston thing, they play the NFC North and the AFC North this year. So they got a hard-ass schedule, bro.
Yeah, the Packers
plus
look...
you got to play the Titans twice and the Colts.
The Packers look really good. The Steelers look good.
The Baltimore Ravens look good.
Oh, Lamar Jackson might run for 200 yards on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
And pass for 300.
Oh, and I got another thing to say.
So what?
I got one real quick. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Swift dropped the game-winning touchdown. That's all I got to say. I mean, shit. I mean, dude, you tell me who you rather have. I mean,
I drafted
Helaire. But you're going off.
I drafted Helaire in the second round. Bam!
You're welcome.
You're going off of one game, bro. If Swift has a fucking Pro Bowl season, you're not even talking anything.
Hey,
so.
What have you done for me lately? Is Swift even starting over AP, bro? I mean, they have 35 running backs in Detroit. I don't know what they're doing.
The Lions and the Dolphins have the same running back situation. They have like 5 running backs that play in the game. I hate that, man. Jeez.
That's hilarious. I mean, so yeah. Okay, but no. What are you looking at going into next week? What is your take on the game?
Me or Buffalo? Justin?
Well, either. I mean, both of you. Just whoever wants to go first. Okay.
If Josh Allen's able to run the ball, in addition to passing, the Dolphins are done. They're going to get destroyed. Because Buffalo's defense is a lot better than New England's, number one.
I mean, they don't have to Stephon Diggs.
So the offensive line is going to get tested this week against Buffalo's defensive line, and defense in general. And their DBs are really good with Tre'Davious White. They have a very good secondary. So let's see how it goes, you know. But I think Buffalo's going to win the game, honestly. Hello? Victor's frozen.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
You good? Yeah.
I'm here.
I mean,
you got me?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. We got to put pressure on Josh Allen. The defensive line has to be a lot more active this week. They need to be very active. Because if not, I don't see us winning that game.
Oh, we're not going to win this game.
And I hope. I mean, we need the running game too. I mean, Howard and Breed, they got to get more touches. I mean, you can't give Myles Gaskin more touches than those guys, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like, no offense. Like, you're not paying those guys, and combined, they had less touches than Myles Gaskin. That's not.
Yeah, it
doesn't
make a lot of sense. I kept seeing him get the ball, and I'm like, I swear to God, I never saw Howard one time. I think in the end zone. I think that was the only time we were in the goal at the goal line. That's it. That's the only time that I saw Howard. He had like 3 carries or some shit for like 8 yards. It was ridiculous.
I got like 24-20 Buffalo. That's where I'm at, like in that range. That's where I'm at.
Well, what did you say? I'm sorry, I'm texting this.
24. I got like 24-20 Buffalo. That's where I'm at.
You know what? If we lost that game, I'd be happy with that score. At least we put some points on the board. Now, I don't know how we would do it. I don't know how it happened, obviously, but I mean, I don't want to start 0-2. And we put ourselves in a position where we could have gone 1-1. We could have beat New England. And then if we lose to Buffalo, it isn't that big of a deal. It's one game. It's fine. We're 1-1. Go to Jacksonville in that game.
If we can go 2-1, if we can go 2-1 before that Seattle game, that's huge.
That would be huge, man. That would be huge. I don't want to go into
Seattle.
1-2 or even 0-3. Oh my God, 0-3.
Yeah.
If we go to Seattle 0-3, we're playing Seattle here or over there. I forget now which. So okay, and then we go to San Francisco after that. Correct.
Yep.
If we go into that Seattle game 0-3, we're going to Denver 0-5 probably. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, it's I was disappointed, man. Like I just didn't know what the game plan was. I had no idea. Like I felt like they were lost the whole game.
I didn't see a game plan.
I get it. I get it. There was no preseason, but you had how much time to prepare? And Brian Flores is from New England. You know what I mean? Like you have to have known that Cam Newton was going to run the ball. There's no way you would have known that. You know what I mean? Because New England doesn't have any. New England has no threats on the outside, 0. So you knew New England was going to run the ball. So, but they laid an egg, man.
We were saying, Justin, before when you got up, that regarding the schedule as far as going into that. we don't want to go into that Seattle game. I said if we go into that Seattle game 0-3, we're going to Denver 0-5 because we're not going to beat Seattle. We're probably not going to beat San Francisco. I think if we're 0-3 heading into that Seattle game, that's all I'm saying. I see us 0-5.
How many wins did you guys have? I mean, me personally. So last week, I don't know if we talked about it, but I said that we were going to lose 24-10. I think that's what I told you, or I told my dad, or I told someone. So I didn't think we were going to yeah. So I knew we were going to start off 0-1. I know we were going to start off 0-2. Now this week 3 situation, I mean, we're going to be 0-2 regardless. So this week 3 situation is going to be very iffy. I mean, they look not bad. I mean, I don't know how bad the Colts are. Do we all wait? I don't even really know that much about the Colts. But we'll see how much the Jags, how they look in the next upcoming weeks before we play them on Thursday to even determine if we're even better than the Jags.
They played Tennessee this Sunday.
The Jags?
Yeah, they played
Sunday
Tennessee
night?
this week.
Oh, yeah.
No. I think Sunday. No, I think just Sunday afternoon.
I don't know why I thought Sunday night. I got this feeling when you said it was Sunday night. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, obviously we were talking too as well. You know, going into that Seattle game 2-1 would be huge, but that would mean we'd actually, because I was saying I had us winning the first game. I had us beating Buffalo, New England, and then I was like, if we would have lost to Buffalo, it'd be fine. We're 1-1, no big deal. You know, we're not going into Jacksonville 0-2. A big win against Buffalo would be huge. Just to go 1-1 with that win-loss would be huge. That we didn't beat the shitty team and we lost to the good team. No, it would be reversed. That would be huge momentum-wise, at least for the way we played the first week. So, like I said, bro, we'll see, bro, because man, there's a lot of things they need to change before
I heard
that
what you guys were
Buffalo.
talking about when I came back. What was his defensive game plan though against the Patriots?
Well, we were saying I didn't say game plan at all.
There was none.
It wasn't. We have try to stop the run first. You got these guys to play man coverage so you can stuff the line and leave these guys on the island. That's why you paid corners big money. Why are you not focusing on stuff? Who are you scared of? N'Keal Harry? I mean, what? I mean, and you're talking this big game about freaking Noah Igbenogany. He didn't even have that. He didn't even play that much. I saw that Perry guy, and I saw 3 other corners playing more than him.
Perry guy, that's hilarious.
They put Brandon Jones a lot.
I know, but they talk so big about this. The thing is that, like, the coaching-wise, that defensive scheme was awful against what you knew, what I knew, what everyone else knew was going to happen. We knew that he's a dual-threat quarterback, and he was probably going to run the ball more than not. Who are they? Who's their third wide receiver? N'Keal Harry, Julian Edelman.
We thought they were.
And then blank. They averaged over 5 yards a carry. Julian Edelman got 23 yards off of 1 carry, but it's still, for Cam Newton averaged 5 yards a carry. How do you not have at least a spy in Jerome Baker who can keep up with if he goes left, if he goes right, if he goes center? It was just poor defensive planning. If that happens against the Bills, then we're gonna get demolished. And they are set up to throw it deep and pound the ball. And if they pound the ball and pound the ball and pound the ball, I'm not really worried about them going 3 deep, but they can abuse our front 7. And it's just gonna be another game of us just, when you lose by a team running the ball on you, I feel like it feels worse because you feel like you're getting beaten the whole time. Like they are just beating you and wearing you down, and the game gets shorter and gets more boring, and then 98% of the time you're watching them go down the field for 12 minutes. You're like, has our offense even stepped on the field? Then they step on the field and they throw 3 interceptions. And it was a terrible viewing experience for everyone that I was with while we were watching the game.
The only thing I can tell you as far as, can she see me? Am I frozen?
Yeah, no, she saw you.
Okay, because I don't know. I feel like I've been freezing left and right because you guys are coming in and out. I'm going to have to move this location from where I do the podcast closer to the internet. I don't know if it's me or what. The only thing as far as the game plan defensively, I would say is, you know what? We didn't have the preparation. We didn't have no preseason to see what New England's new offense was going to look like. But you got to, like you said, you had to have known that he was going to run the ball. Like, you're not going to have Cam Newton back there and not throw in running plays for him to run the ball. And it's not going to be a breakdown play where it broke down and he ran. No, there's going to be plays for him specifically to run the ball. And we couldn't stop it. None of it. Not one time. So, man, yeah. If Buffalo is going to do that, if their game plan can be simple against us, just watch the New England tape and do exactly what they did to us.
That's what they're probably going to do.
And they have a quarterback that can run as well. So that's also, I'm telling you, man. I said it. We're going 0-2. Hopefully I'm wrong because I want to be wrong. Yeah, I don't want to be 0-2, and that would make me feel that Jacksonville game is not necessarily – it's not a slam dunk, like I said before, by any means. But you feel more confident. We're going against a lesser team, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, no, it's not going to be the case. If we go into the Jacksonville game 0-2, I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get our first victory today." No, it's gonna be one of those situations where we're like, "Let's see what happens," because that's basically what we got to do. What we got to deal with.
Listen, if we start off 0-3 against Jacksonville, expect this podcast to start having mock drafts immediately because the season is then a wash. Then. We're saying, oh my, is the Big Ten playing? Or is Jamar Chase going to play? Or should we draft a running back in the first round? Who do you think is the best running back? What about that Micah Parsons guy? We definitely need linebacker help. Clearly, things are going to change between this podcast real fast if we start off 0-3 in week 3 of the NFL. It's going to be the same thing we did last year. Oh, who is Houston playing this week? Are they going to be a bottom 10 team? I mean, Dolphin fans, I see it on Twitter. I see it on Facebook. I see it everywhere. Always have this optimistic, bill of something. I don't know where we get this from.
Not worse than the Hurricanes fans.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that.
And I'm a Hurricanes fan. It's embarrassing what I see people put on Twitter as Hurricane fans.
Yeah, and we're not that bad because we know, what we have was hope. We have this expectation of hope that things are going to turn around. Canes fans they're ready for National Championship 6 already today. You're like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I couldn't go without being on social media via Facebook, Dolphins groups and stuff of 10-6, 11-5, 9-7. I mean, I don't know where we're coming up with these things from.
I predicted. I think when we did the whole prediction thing, I think I said 7-9. I think.
Yeah, we're all around that same range.
I said 6-10.
Brandon was the only one I think I said 9-7 or 10-6. He was very optimistic.
I think I said 8-8 or 9-7.
Brandon was very optimistic.
So was I, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of optimistic.
And now, we'll see. By week 3, we will know the team. We will know whether if we're trying to run the ball or we're trying to pass it out with Fitzpatrick until Tua comes in. But we'll see.
Plenty of guys to run the ball, that's for sure.
But you know who's not 0-2, right? Who's actually 1-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's pivot to a winning organization.
Yeah, let's do that because I want to end the show on a positive note.
With culture that is actually here. Brian Flores is building a culture, but let's get it an established culture that's been down here for years now. For years. And this shit gets me excited. Victor, I told you this when we drafted him. I told you this halfway through the season. I told you this a month ago. Bro, Tyler Hero is that guy, bro. He's that guy. Give him 2 to 3 years, and I'm telling you, his offensive putout could potentially be Klay Thompson's. No one is giving me that, but I've been calling that for the past whole year. And I see his potential, and I see his confidence that he's becoming the Heat closer. You see Jimmy Butler, do his thing. He's going to pass the ball. He's going to facilitate. He gets that one basket that he goes to the rim. But when you need a big shot, Tyler Hero is the one that's taking it. It's crazy that a 19-year-old kid has the confidence and the cojones to go up and just splash a three. It's just – and with Duncan Robinson losing confidence, Tyler Hero is gaining it, and Tyler Hero is getting all the minutes, and he is proving why oh my God, it gives us excitement that one, we didn't think we were going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. 2, we didn't know how really good our rookies were going to be. Freaking what's the point guard's name? See, now I'm drawing a blank. Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn.
I mean, we don't even know how good he's going to be for the rest of this series or next series if we go on, because he had the coronavirus issues, and we don't know how good his health is right now. See if he's back in the game form. But shit, people have been talking about trading. I mean, shit, Kendrick Nunn was second in rookie voting for the Rookie of the Year. Didn't he get first team Rookie of the Year? I mean,
he got first team. Yeah, Hero got second.
We have pieces to trade for to get even better than what we are, and we're
I'm not trading Hero. I'm not trading Hero.
He's
under any circumstance.
I don't want to trade. I know, and I wish he was here. And he says he's on his way, but I wish he was here because I know Brandon would be okay with Hero on a pitch. So it would have been nice to have him so he can make his opinion on that. But I'm with you. I don't trade him either. Hero's my hero, bro. I don't trade that guy.
And Bam, untouchable. I mean, Bam blocked a shot with his wrist. All three of us would have broke our wrists. All three of us, our arms are snapping back.
According to Brandon, he'll trade out of bio for Embiid. So I'll let him defend. I'll let him defend that one.
Bro,
there it is.
Look at that block. His wrist is. How is that even? Yep. Oh my God! On Tatum. Oh my God. Well, listen, this team is just.
Dude, let me tell you, I saw that play progressing when it was happening, and I'm like, dude, he's gonna tie the game because it would have been a tie had he made the dunk. It was a 2-point game, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm like, he's gonna tie the game with a fucking slam. He's just gonna slam it on this guy. And bro, when he hit that, I went nuts. That was ridiculous. I had to make it the background for this segment because that shit is just it's priceless, dude. That's a beautiful play, bro. You don't see that in a situation like that in the playoffs. Like you normally see the dunk or you see a 3-pointer. You don't see this kind of play highlighting a game. Oh, and there he is.
There he is.
There he is. You made it just in time, bro. We're just starting to get on the heat. So we'll come back to you before we go if you want to get in your Dolphins talk too. So.
By the way, did you guys get your Dolphin mask that they sent you?
That's hilarious. Chips in half.
Did you guys get your Dolphin mask in the mail yet?
I don't know.
They're sending them.
I don't know. I haven't talked to them over. Let's see if she got them. She probably did. Here we go.
Yeah, why'd you take off the chips thing, Alex?
Oh, you want me to leave it on? No problem.
Yeah, bro. What's up? Give me some promo.
My bad. There we go. There we go.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yes, yes sir.
You were getting a haircut, dude?
Huh? No.
You were getting a haircut?
Oh, boy.
All right, so we had, like I said, we just got started talking about the Heat. We were discussing how Hero is the man and we don't want to trade him, but we know how you'd be willing to get rid of him. And Bam, the two probably keys to this game. At one point or another, like we can't scratch away Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets is a bad motherfucker. He fits well with his team, the way we do it. Like I watched that entire game and I didn't know which. Like I was looking at the lines. I was looking at the what you call it, the rotations, the guys that were coming in, who was working better with who and all that shit. And I started seeing like when you had the white boys, that's what I call them, the white boys with Robinson and Hero on the court, and Dragic. We were better offensively.
That's racist.
It is what it is. 3 white people. That's 3. I'm praising 3 white guys in the NBA. You know, shouldn't be racist. That should be progress. So I was trying to, I was hoping you guys, because that's one of the things I wanted to ask you guys was what lineups, what guys on the court where you thought was the best matchup we had against them. Because honestly, me personally, I think we took the wind out of their sails with this game. I think we won this series already in a mental thing. I think that they came out hot. Boston came out hot, and they didn't think we were gonna punch them back in the mouth, and we did, and we punched them hard. Because that game could have gone bad for us at one point or another. We could have really let the lead deteriorate from us, and it could have been an ugly night. At one point, they were cocky as fuck. When they got that little lead towards the third, or I think it was in the fourth, I don't remember. They were cocky as fuck, laughing, jumping around. I'm thinking it's a mental thing. I kind of think we punched them in the gut, and I don't know if they're going to be able to bounce back from that mental. That's just my thought on that mental part.
Yeah.
It was a tough game, though. You win by 3.
See, my
definitely not a
thing
blowout.
is,
So
no,
you can't go.
Tatum had a big game. You know, you're gonna get that from Tatum almost every night, probably. Bro, Marcus Smart. There's one guy who I don't know where he started from. I don't know what it was. I know at one point as a team, Boston was like 12 or 15 from the field. Like, that's never going to happen again, I don't think, in the series. But then again, you got to take into account the game that Kemba Walker had. He's not going to have that game anymore. So now you got to account for that. Because Kemba Walker
that's true, too. No, that's true.
Kemba Walker was like 2 for 11. I mean, he was hitting big shots at the end, but
he was hitting big shots, correct, but he didn't have a good game.
He was, but he's not gonna be 2 for 11 anymore. He's not gonna have those type of games. You can't really count on that. You know what I mean? So.
No, I agree. I agree with that because he was not having one of his games. He was not having a good game. He hit some big shots.
Yeah.
And but he wasn't.
See, my thing is, I didn't want to face Boston, and I think all of you guys know that. I still think it's a bad matchup for us. But just the way I kind of got a little bit more confident, just the way that Dragic is just killing Kemba Walker, bro. It's like Kemba can't even check him right now on the offensive end.
The dragon, baby.
Like Dragic is doing whatever he wants with Kemba. Kemba can't touch him. You know, but then again, Dragic got lucky with Kemba because Kemba was missing shots. He was even missing layups. He just had a bad game. Kemba's probably going to come. I think Kemba's going to have a great game tonight. You know what I mean? So that's something where, you know,
we'll see.
We have to weather that. We have to weather the Walker storm. You know, we can't. But we'll see, man. We'll see. And no, they don't have an answer for Bam. And actually, and nothing to take away from his block. You know, to me, Bam wasn't having the game he usually has. And he's supposed to kill that guy. We're supposed to exploit that matchup. You know, so, and he didn't have a great game either.
Who, Bam?
Bam.
He needs to work on that jumper, that little mid jumper.
It's going to get overshadowed by the block. He had a big block. You know what I'm saying? So he had a great moment, but got to have more consistency throughout the game, which is going back to him and Hero. Like, no, like if somebody offered me Embiid in a package, or somebody wanted Bam in a package for Embiid, I'm taking Joel Embiid, bro. I'm doing it. Another guy that I would trade Bam right away for is Jokic. Jokic, I would trade anybody for that guy right now. You know, better big man than Embiid or Jokic.
I don't know, bro. I think these guys are young. You can build something with this team, and you could still sign a big name.
Jokic is 24, 25. Bam is what? Just turned 22, 23?
That's true. I mean, that's true,
too.
They're both the same age-wise.
You got to look at it like this, right?
Why not keep Bam and... When is Jokic a free agent anyway? What's his
situation? Doesn't matter. You trade for
him. Trading.
Denver's going to offer that guy a super max. He's not going nowhere.
Correct. But it's the same thing. You got to look at this from this perspective. And don't get me wrong, maybe Pat Riley's going to change that course, and he's going to want to keep Bam and Hero. I mean, he's more likely to keep Bam than he is Hero right now. But don't make no mistake about it. Pat Riley is willing to trade Tyler Hero. Let's not. I know he has.
I don't think anybody.
I know he's 20 years old, but look at it like this: Tyler Hero's game is still not developed to the Bradley Beals, the Devin Bookers, the Oladipos. He's not there yet, and he's not there defensively. I mean, it's a headache watching him on defense. I mean, it's almost like I wish Spo can call timeout after every offensive possession that he hits a big three and put somebody on defense, and then when we get back on offense, put Hero back in. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather him start than Duncan Robinson. He's a horrible defender.
But he's a better. Yeah, but come on. They tried Duncan Robinson.
That guy's confidence is so bad right now. He can't make a shot.
He can't make a shot. Duncan Robinson, though. They try him because half the fouls he gets called is bullshit.
Yeah, the refs were pissing me off this last game.
I don't know why they hate that guy.
But they called that one foul on the guy. Didn't even touch the guy. He didn't even touch him. Complete air in between them, and they still called the foul.
The way I look at this is Jimmy Butler's 31. They are not going to wait for Tyler Hero's game to develop to a superstar. They're not doing that. They're going to go get one. Okay? They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, Tyler, we're gonna wait till you're 24, 25 till your game's fully developed." By that time, Jimmy's retired.
Oh, come on, dude. Not like that. Jimmy's 31, dude. He's not going to retire at 33, bro. Like, I mean, give him a – I get what you're saying. I know you're giving scenarios. I'm saying. I still think there's something special about that kid that you have to – I feel like you wait. If you can make some moves and not have to give him up and still make this team better.
If they wait until Tyler Hero is 24, 25, Jimmy will be 36, 37 years old. You know that, right? The kid's 20 years old. He just turned 20 years old.
I don't think it's going to take that much for him. This game is fast. These guys develop fast.
But if you have the chance to go get a guy who's already developed, and we don't know if Tyler Hero's going to turn into a Bradley Beal, bro, because he's not there yet. He's not there at all right now.
We don't know if the guy we bring in is going to perform to the peak of his ability either.
Bro, Bradley Beal.
The way Pat Riley's talking about him, like the way they're talking internally, they believe Tyler Hero is going to be this outstanding superstar in the next couple of years.
Bradley Beal's averaging.
And I want to trust the guys in-house that know what they're doing.
I agree. I agree with Brandon in the sense that Riley's not afraid to trade anybody. I don't think anybody's untouchable when it comes to Pat Riley.
Nobody has the ball on the special team except for Jimmy Butler.
But I also feel that Riley also sees what me and Justin's saying, that the guy could be a superstar. And if you're willing to give him the year or two that he needs, he might develop faster. We don't know that.
He might.
You know,
I'm not saying he won't. But you guys got to remember, this isn't the Dolphins. This isn't an incompetent organization. Okay?
No.
When Pat Riley sees a chance to get a Bradley Beal, he's going to give up what it takes. Because it's already an already made superstar who just turned 25 years old. You're not trading for a 30-year-old guy. Trading for a guy that's barely touching his prime.
Alex, what's your thought?
On the Heat or Hero?
Well, this is what we've been discussing, what Brandon was talking about.
I mean, I guess I have to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get some coffee for Duncan Robinson because his confidence right now, he's not running on any Dunkin' right now. So he's, bro, I mean, he's lost his confidence. I know there's a lot of ticky-tack calls on him, but you got to get over that, bro. You're a fucking professional. You're not a kid, you know? You're not an AAU basketball. You know what I mean? This is fucking the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to get over that. You know, he has to overcome that, and he's not getting any space. Like, he's running around, but he's not getting good shots. You know what I mean? And he is a liability defensive. That's why I'm looking at the stats. He only played 17 minutes. He barely played after he started.
Oh, yeah.
You know, obviously, you know, the Bam block was amazing. You know, Jimmy did amazing. But, man, Jay Crowder, 22 points. That guy's been underrated.
That guy.
This guy for this team is under – he makes at least 4 to 5 threes a game. Minimum, as of right now.
Yeah.
And
Where did these big guys start learning how to hit threes, bro?
I like Jay Crowder, man. He plays good defense.
I love that guy.
Good player.
Him and Dragic need to be the first two guys we sign right away.
The only, not to nitpick or anything, you know, because we're up 1-0. I would like to see Derrick Jones Jr. a little bit more. I know he had that horrible foul at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as long as he doesn't do that stuff.
By the way. Okay.
I think he's a good defender, and the length, because Marcus Smart, as they say in Boston, that guy was getting way too many shots. I think we have to do better defensively in that regard, because Kemba Walker is not going 1 for 9 from 3-pointer every game. That's not happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's not happening. And Jaylen Brown didn't do that good either. I think he only had like 16, 17 points. So I think Derrick Jones' length will help, because he's at 6'9", 6'10", I think.
6'9".
So that guy looks like he wakes up from a nap every time he comes in. He's like stretching. He's like, oh.
Yeah. I think he has to get.
He looks like he just woke up from a nap.
Like for defensive purposes, he needs to be there a little bit more. You know, Kendrick Nunn, I don't know, man. He hasn't been the same since he got, you know, COVID and all that before the bubble started. So I don't. He's just off to me. You know,
well, I've seen him make some shots that, like, okay, he's trying, he's trying to get his rhythm back, but it doesn't. Right. It just doesn't.
But you know, he's not as explosive, you know, during the season. But
I like his ball handling skill, though. I'm not gonna lie. I like when he has the ball in his hand. I like he can move with the ball. And dude, I don't even know much about him because I didn't watch much of the season. And then when they said he got first team all rookie, I'm like, and Hero got second. I'm like, wait, wasn't Hero a better rookie? But I didn't even see the guy play much. I didn't watch much of the regular season. He
did not have a better regular season than Hero. But
no, I didn't say that. I'm saying
I'm saying he did. He did. Kendrick Nunn did have a better season than Hero. That's why Nunn was first team.
No, I know he did.
Rookie.
I know that, but the way they talk about Hero, they make it. I wouldn't have thought that. I'm saying because I didn't pay attention to the season like you guys.
Oh yeah. Well, Hero's reputation right now is because he's hitting big shots in the playoffs.
Correct.
And really, in Pat Riley's defense, he's hoping right now that Nunn kind of extends that trade value for none because that might be a piece. Him and Robinson might go. He might be able to get something for him and Robinson. Dude, everything is on the table with Pat Riley. Again, I'm gonna.
I get it. I said it. There's nobody that's untouchable.
Let's win this series first, then we can talk about transactions.
I cannot.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing. Like
enough. This is not the Miami Dolphins.
Let's wait till the season's over.
The Miami Heat actually like to win ball games.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't just build.
All right, so looking forward. All right, so looking forward. I know you just got here. We'll get to your Dolphin stuff after, but we're gonna wind down soon because I want to be ready for this game. I know everybody does too. What's your take on the remaining games of this series? What are you looking at tonight? Do you think we go up 2-0? And I'll start with Alex actually on this one.
I got the Heat in 7. I think I was the only one in this panel that picked the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. All you haters didn't, besides Justin, I'm not sure what Justin's pick was, but you other haters had no faith in the Heat being.
I don't remember picking anybody.
So it's okay. But no, I got Boston winning tonight. I think Kemba's gonna have a much better game.
Yeah.
And Tatum is I'm not saying he's unstoppable, but he's gonna be pretty consistent. He's not Chris Middleton. I think he's a better option than Chris Middleton.
Scares me
I think he's a much better player than Chris Middleton is.
I feel like that guy can go off.
Yeah, I got Boston tonight. I think Kemba's gonna have a much better game, and I think they're gonna try to neutralize the 3-point line a little bit better. So I got Boston tonight, but I got the Heat in 7.
Great.
I think the Heat are gonna pull it off.
Justin, I'm gonna end with Brandon because I'm sure he's got a lot to say, and I'd give him the floor a little because he was late.
I gotta keep mine short and sweet because I gotta get out of here. Heat in 6. I don't think Marcus Smart's gonna have. I mean, he has one or two of those games. So I don't know. I think the Heat they play tough, bro. I mean, they have the Heat. I know people hate it, but the Heat culture's there. You saw Jimmy Butler when it's time to get some points, he drives to the net. You seen Jason Tatum when he needs to win the game, he takes 14 dribbles by 27 feet away from the rim and jacks it up. I mean, you see that. I mean, people might not think that, but that's the difference, bro. You freaking put your neck down, your head down, and you drive to the basket when you need to win the game. I mean, it was tied at that point. He didn't need the 3. Jason Tatum could have created his own shot closer, but what does he do? He stands by a 3, he takes a long shot, and you know what? Sometimes, I'd rather someone drive in, be tough, but what do I know, bro? But, yep, that's me. So, everyone have a good day. Let's go Heat, and, yes, sir, gotta play my hockey game. You feel me?
All right. Good luck in your game, bro. Thanks for joining us last minute. Got this thing together. Peace out, bro. All right. I will say this, though, before I get to you, Brandon. Hold on. There's some shitty fucking calls going on. This is where I'm going to pick at. We were in the bonus already. We still had 2 fouls to give, and they called some ticky-tack bullshit, which brought us now to 1. And then there was another bullshit call, which put them in the bonus. But that's bullshit. I think that's the kind of – we were already in the bonus. And I'm going to tell you, every time we're in the bonus, I'm going to say, drive to the fucking hoop. Get to the fucking line. We were already up 1 or 2 or whatever the fuck it was. Get to the line. Cut the game short. Get to the line. Get your free fucking points. But these refs are fucking shit up, bro. Fucking shit up. There was no way. There was no reason for us to get them boys to get into the bonus like that, one after the other. And bullshit calls. Too many bullshit calls. I just wanted to say
way too many. And that's been going on with the Heat the entire playoffs. So,
bullshit.
Like I was saying though, I actually have the Heat in 6 as well. And I will say, just because every time I say it, I guess it brings us good luck. I still think this is a bad matchup. I mean, I know we have the offense. I know we have that. But if you saw in the beginning of the game how Boston, was how aggressive they were on us on defense, I was worried. Where just the switches, just how they were able to get length on everybody and match up on everybody. To me, it was scary. And actually, when they went up the second time, I was like, yeah, this is going to be the whole series, and we're going to have to claw back. But then when we were able to steal that game, because that was a steal.
Oh, yeah. I agree. They took some bad shots in the end.
Miami never comes out back-to-back games slow like that. So I'm going to go ahead and say with confidence that Miami comes out firing tonight. And I don't think it's going to be fairly close.
Do you see Miami going up 2-0 tonight?
I do. And Miami is 16-0 all-time in 2-0 series. So if it goes to 2-0, I don't give a fuck. If the Boston ties it up, we're not losing. So
Yeah, they started slow, and that worried me a lot at the beginning of the game. I'm like, fuck, this is not the way I want to start. But I thank Boston with their bad shot selection towards the end of the game because
And one of the things with Robinson, which is what I follow with Alex, is like I do see him not as confident. I do see him not really taking the shots that he normally does.
Looking at the refs too much.
And that has to change. I think tonight you see a nice, healthy amount of shots for him tonight. I think Spo was going to try to get him going early. Even if, bro, and I've said it, dude, you're in my opinion, he's the best shooter in the NBA right now. Okay, just right now. You know, you have the reputation. Bro, take your shots. If you're missing, no one's going to fault you for it. You have the right to take those shots.
I agree with that.
Let it loose. If we lose by the 3 and it's you taking it, whatever, bro, we'll live on to see the next day.
Correct. I agree with you.
And now, we have a 1-0 lead. If they tie it up, okay, whatever. I think he comes out aggressive tonight.
I hope he does, because he does need to realize, maybe because he's young, he might say, whatever. But, dude, you're young, but you're one of the best shooters in the game right now. Take your fucking shot, dude. Take your shot.
And that's why you saw it in the Milwaukee series. And I said it. This lady came out. I forgot what her name is. I'm going off track here because I brought it. It just came up.
I think it was Doris Burke. Didn't you try her on Twitter the other day?
Yeah, this lady, and on Instagram. This lady. No, it wasn't Doris Burke. It was somebody.
That's on Brandon's hit list.
Yeah, she wrote an article. This lady wrote an article. Not Doris Burke. It was another girl. She works for the NBA, whatever the fuck. And she said how the only way I took this bubble seriously is if the Clippers made it to the conference finals, if the Bucks made it. But if the Bucks got upset in the semis, I knew that it was a fluke because it meant, that the crowd needs to be involved. And to me, it's kind of like, listen, the biggest disadvantage in that series with Milwaukee and Miami was the sidelines. Budenholzer couldn't do shit with Spoelstra. Okay? Spoelstra can say, oh, this guy's having a bad game. Oh, tranquilo. Next game, he'll be my leading scorer because I'm going to scheme to get him early shots. Budenholzer couldn't do that. I don't even think Brad Stevens could do that. And I don't like Brad Stevens. And I think he's a good coach, but he's not Spoelstra. And you saw it towards the end of games. Every time Stevens kept throwing stuff at him with Kemba or Jalen, or even with Tatum, and how Spoelstra was able to now to adjust and get better matchups on these guys, you saw it. Stevens couldn't adjust to that.
I was going to bring that up.
You just saw Stevens like, shit, well, I don't know what to do now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at even the double teams. Bro, just take a look at when Miami smothers on defense and they go in double team. When Miami goes to double team, just look at the rotation on the back end.
Yeah, I was noticing
that. Just look at it. You know what I'm saying?
I was noticing that. You don't get caught. They don't get caught with too many spots where the guy isn't where he's supposed to be on the
court. Every time somebody gets caught open, it's always the worst shooter on the court. And they do it on purpose. It's always the worst shooter on the court that ends up getting the last touch on offense, and they shoot the shot and they brick it. Miami's going the other way. And that's,
Good observation.
So
you got us going 2-0 tonight. Alex has us losing tonight. And I don't know. The way we started that game, the way it was a tough game, but again, Boston likes to get cocky. They take a big lead. They get cocky. That's where we come in and punch them in the mouth like we did this game. I don't know if that's going to happen again. I'm kind of leaning towards Brandon's side where I think Miami's going to come out firing, and it may not even be close. I'm leaning more towards 2-0 than 1-1.
Me too. But then again,
bro, it's going to be a tough series.
This is one of the better rivalries. I'm excited. Look, I'm excited for the series as a whole, just because it's Miami-Boston. I love the series. Just it brought up old times. The other day, just how anxious I was. I mean, I was on my bed like this, walking through my fingers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I was fucking sitting here. I was going nuts.
Yeah. So it's fun to have that back with the Heat. So
yes, big time.
But now they have the team, and honestly, man, like I'm with Alex. Like I wasn't, or what Alex was saying about us. Like I was right. I didn't think that he were gonna get this far. But now, as you see the team develop, bro, even getting to the finals, just looking at the Lakers, and now the Nuggets got in.
Speaking of that, fuck it, I already made you stop. Can the Nuggets beat the Lakers? Do you think the Nuggets can beat the Lakers?
Yes, because now the Nuggets have a matchup for Davis. And that's the big one.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, because, just to expand, I mean, LeBron's going to get his stats.
Yeah.
But if Denver can somewhat neutralize Anthony Davis,
which I don't see why not. Like you said,
now Anthony Davis has to guard. He has to guard Jokic because Jokic. The thing with Jokic, what makes him really, because he's a boring player until he's not athletic, but he starts at a 3-point line. He passes. He's the whole offense.
Yeah.
So Anthony Davis cannot mess around. Cannot mess around.
Yeah.
And Jamal Murray, that dude is on fire.
Yeah.
Like that
Jamal
guy
Murray right now is. I think he might be the best player in that series. I mean, LeBron is the best player, but Jamal Murray right now is performing the best. And I just don't think the Lakers. Denver has a lot of firepower.
It would be, yeah. And the thing is with the Lakers, I'll wait for the host. You're right, sir.
Yeah, my bad.
No, and what Brandon was saying, with unlike the teams that the Lakers have played, the Rockets and the Blazers, they don't have a third scorer. Denver has multiple guys that can score, and now with the emergence of Michael Porter Jr., that kid is good. He's going to be good.
Talk a lot of shit about Denver drafting that kid.
Denver has the closest thing to what the Heat have as far as top to bottom roster.
Like the Lakers, aside from LeBron, Anthony, who is that third guy who's going to score 20 a game? They don't have it.
No.
So if they can somewhat neutralize Anthony Davis, that's a wrap.
I think they are. I think they are in the sense of his defensive.
I want to play the Lakers.
Ability.
I want to play the Lakers because right now we have the ultimate weapon to exploit Anthony Davis, and that's with Bam. That's easy.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have Jimmy on LeBron. I mean, the two best players they got, we have answers for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would like to see LeBron lose in the Western Conference Finals. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I want to see his ass go down.
But anyways, that's besides the point.
But it'd be nice to beat him too.
The Lakers, especially in the finals, have good perimeter. The Lakers have good perimeter defense, and that's our strength. Our strength is perimeter offense. So that's where we would have to be careful with them, and that's why Boston is such a bad matchup because Boston is also very good on the perimeter defensively.
I think that if LeBron would be a nice basketball series, a good matchup for both teams. It'll be a good series to watch. Technical basketball.
The NBA is going to ensure that LeBron gets a lot of calls because if it's Heat versus Nuggets, the NBA is going to get mad. The Lakers with LeBron. No, the Heat Lakers is fantastic.
You know what? I thought about that, and I wish
Adam Silver wants Illuminati to make sure that happens.
I honestly wish that we had some referees and how the league is with Denver and the Clippers, because I thought I'm laying down watching the game, and I'm like, I'm gonna just sit here and just watch because there's something going on. But I thought the Clippers were gonna destroy the Nuggets, and that is just because the calls the Clippers were gonna get. Because I really thought the NBA was gonna push for LA versus LA, and the fact that they did it, no bullshit. They let the game flow. They let the game play. It was like, all right, I hope we get this the entire playoffs, especially in the finals. Because if Miami gets in the finals, I mean, bro, with this team, that's a big accomplishment. Because our team's not even done being built. Our team's not even halfway being built. I mean, we have Jimmy, we have Bam, but this is not the team that Pat wants. I'm going to tell you right now. Pat doesn't want. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if, like I said, again, and it's not that I'm not against. It's not that I'm against holding on to Hero. I'm not against it. If they do it, I think it'll be a good move because now they can wait for free agency and just bring in like a Giannis or bring in somebody else, and they can keep Hero because you don't got to give up assets.
That's my thing. That's what I would like to see them do.
But to me, there's no. And listen, whoever listens to the podcast, you can call me an idiot, you call me a dumbass. I pretty much think anybody who actually watched that Milwaukee series can now agree with me, or at least say, "Damn, B, I know what you're talking about." When I say I don't want Giannis on the Miami Heat, I just don't. He fucks up the flow of the offense. Well,
and I think you're also getting that because on that team he is the offense. I think when he comes to a team, he is the offense, isn't he? How is he not the offense?
Because, bro, they have a Middleton who's an all-star. He's actually an all-NBA.
Okay, guy's good. What did Giannis average? What's his scoring average? What's Giannis' scoring average?
I think it's in the mid-20s.
I think he comes to a team like this, he'll be exactly what you need. Now, I think your feelings have a lot to do with the way he disappeared in the fourth quarter against us all the time.
Doesn't matter about that. If you look at what I was talking about, Giannis fucks up the spacing. Giannis fucks up the spacing. Miami thrives off of spacing offense. What Jimmy does?
So you don't think he can adapt?
No, I cannot, bro. I don't. What Jimmy does right now, what are you gonna have? 2 of those?
Just ask questions, bro. Settle down, bro.
No, I'm asking. I'm telling you why. We don't listen. Okay, you want me to go?
I don't really know why. I'm not really big on that either. I'm getting him either.
You want me to go a bit further? Miami doesn't need Giannis. How about that? They don't need him.
I don't disagree with that.
They don't need Giannis
at all. Actually, I like shit. Well, obviously, Denver's gonna give that guy a lot of money, but I'd prefer a guy like him. Who, that guy does everything. Like we were saying, that guy is a total offense. I would really like to see that series though, because I feel like I said, technical basketball. Your coaches are gonna be putting game plans together. It's not the Lakers would be nice because we beat LeBron. It would be so nice to beat him in the finals. Oh my god, bro! Give him another L in his finals. Fucking, that would be sweet.
Bro. Like I said, man, it's a lot of things that go into it. But don't get me wrong. Now, a guy like Bradley Beal, don't let Devin Booker become available. Because I don't give a fuck what, and I'm gonna say just because you brought it up, I don't give a fuck what Justin's saying. That internally they're saying that he's gonna be the best thing. What Justin is talking about was that, you know, a guy inside the Heat organization was saying, you know, this guy might be the next Devin Booker, and internally they said no, we actually project him to be better than him. And that, to me, bro, fuck that. If Devin Booker's available and they want Tyler Hero for us to get Booker, give me Booker.
I know he can. I've seen the kid a few times. I can't tell you. I can't talk much on Booker. I don't watch a lot of Phoenix basketball, and I don't watch a lot of basketball to begin with. So I don't know what to tell you as far as that guy goes. I know what I hear. He's a good player.
You know,
but I can't really talk much on that part.
And then as far as Bam, I mean, I'm kind of getting close to saying, okay, you know, maybe he might be untouchable, but then I look at Embiid play and I'm like, yeah, bro, give me that 20-20 average here in Miami, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to get that from Bam, bro. Unless Bam develops that mid-range jumper, he's not a better big man than Joel Embiid is. Maybe
why can't we have Embiid and keep Bam? Is that possible?
Well, are you going to give up Hero?
No, I'm saying because Hero still has another 3 or 4 years under that contract, correct?
Yeah, but you would have to trade for Embiid.
Correct.
So you would have to give up Hero if you're not going to give up Bam.
Well, I'll probably give up. For sure, Duncan Robinson is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, a combination of at least 3 or 4 guys. I mean, I'll give up the whole. Well, not Jay Crowder. Maybe Derrick Jones. You would have to give up. You know, people like that. But I don't know if Philly would buy that.
The only package that makes sense to me, which is good, and it's not for a big man. It's obviously for Oladipo, and it's been the most talked about trade package was Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, and a first-round pick for Oladipo. I'm doing that all day. But when I told you about that, where does Hero fit into this? Because now your 2 guards are Oladipo and Jimmy. So if at some point you're not going to start Hero, what the fuck you need him for? If Hero's
you're not going to bring him in to go small on occasion and shit and not have him as a regular.
Unless ultimately they're going to groom him to play point guard.
Yeah, but where's he going to play now? If Oladipo comes for the 4 years with Jimmy.
Well, they're going to have to make a decision on Dragic.
Yeah.
But Oladipo or Jimmy are going to have to play point guard. What's Jimmy going to play, the 3?
I mean, hey, Spoelstra could make it happen, man. He has some mover. They can interchange those lineups. I mean, I don't care about height because there's a lot of teams like Golden State. They play small ball.
We can go small. Jimmy can play the 3.
Golden State doesn't play. Golden State plays small ball, but their center is normally a glass cleaner. You know, that's why Houston bullshit, that shit don't work.
They had Draymond Green at the 5 when they were winning all these titles.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. They had Pachulia at the 5.
Or Pachulia, but I mean.
Yeah, I'm with
you.
I know where you're going, Alex.
He's a rebounder, though. He's a rebounder.
Who is?
Pachulia.
That guy was garbage.
You know? But there was a big man. It's not like Houston that had PJ Tucker playing the 5. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to win.
No, but I'm saying but when Golden State had Pachulia, he would only play like 7 minutes, and then he's gone the rest of the game.
Yeah, but
that's a temp.
Yeah, but what about when Golden State had
Bro, listen, Pachulia wasn't playing 30 minutes a game.
Yeah,
that's
but they got
7 minutes is nothing.
Yeah, but then they got
when Golden State was playing the second half and beyond,
Did they win a title with McGee?
They won 2.
They won
McGee?
2
with McGee. So
I thought he came in late.
They've always had that inside presence.
I thought he came in late in the year they didn't win. I don't remember McGee being there or whatever. Anyway.
Listen, at the end of the day, I love Bam, and I think he'll stay here for a long time. But I don't get the Heat fans that when Embiid comes up and then it involves Bam. Oh no way! Like you can't do that. Like there's no such thing as that. There's no if you're not even at least conversating about the fact of bringing Embiid, even if it costs you Bam, if you're not at least thinking about it,
you gotta at least consider it.
You're a homer, bro. You can't be
close-minded like that either. You're a fan of the Heat, not the player.
Joel Embiid has more talent than Bam, right? Bam benefits from the Heat culture. Now, if Embiid comes over here, now adding the talent with the Heat culture that Embiid's getting, it's going to be disgusting.
Well, like we said, let's get through this series, let's get through this season, and then we'll start getting into all the potential free agency signings, trades, and all that bullshit.
I talk about it now.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I talk about it now because anything that the Heat do right now is icing on the cake because they're already exceeded expectations with this team.
Yeah, but this could also change their mentality as far as what players to go after if they're winning now with the team they got now. I'm just, you got to put that into perspective too. You might be thinking one thing, but they might be thinking, you know what, this team is playing well at a piece here, a piece there, not a big free agent piece. You don't know that.
Nah, you don't. The thing is, bro, you don't understand Riley. He's not going to do what you just said.
Right, I forgot you hang out with him all the time. I forgot you understand him well. You sit in the box.
I forgot that you watch a lot of Heat games.
Oh Jesus Christ,
Alex. Alex, you don't hang out with Pat Riley. Is Pat Riley going to stay stagnant even if he wins a championship?
No, I mean,
never said he's gonna stay stagnant. When did I say that?
If
you implied it,
he's not going to maybe make a big free agent signing and just bring a couple pieces in to make this team better than what it is. Maybe he's at his old age. He's changing his pattern. Who the fuck knows? Maybe he doesn't want to sign a big name guy, and he wants to maybe spread that out with a couple guys, make this team good because they're winning now.
Yeah. This is Pat Riley.
Okay, I understand it's Pat Riley, but hey,
this isn't Chris Greer, So
anyway, yeah, you're okay. Back to that. You got them winning tonight, losing tonight. I think I got them winning tonight. So let's get your Dolphins in because we're gonna wind down already. We've been at this for a minute, and I want to be prepared for the Heat game. And so we were discussing the possibility of going even 0-3 into Seattle. The way we looked this week. Hold on. I saw that face you made already. Calm down. Two things. Do you think what are you thinking about this weekend against Buffalo? What we need to do? Two, does Fitzpatrick have another bad game like he did? Do you start the whole Tua conversation? And when do you bring him in? Do you even consider doing the week 3 if he has a horrible game like that and we get blown out by Buffalo? Because if he has a game like that against Buffalo, it's not going to be close like it was against New England. And I still think we could have beat New England even if the offense would have just done something, something, a wrinkling of something. And so I'll leave you with those and go ahead and see what you got.
Okay, so here's my my bold statement to start this off and why I'm confident going into week 2. From what New England is doing, especially defensively, New England's a better team than Buffalo. Defensively, Buffalo's not going to match what New England did to us on defense. They can't. I mean, they don't have the personnel that New England has. And you just saw it, bro. I mean, it was like playing the same team that we've been playing for the last 10 years. Right? I mean, Cam is Cam. I mean, bro, I am very encouraged by the way our defensive secondary played. I mean, they were lights.
Obviously, we have the number 1 pass defense out of week 1. So.
They were just suffocating. I mean, they could just not do anything against us. But guys like Shaq Lawson, Ogba, they have to step up because we brought them in is to be edge setters and stop the run because we already have that elite secondary. If we would have, bro, and listen, and this is why I'm encouraged and I was laughing because when Alex called me the next day, I answered him by saying, the Brian Flores overhyped headlines. How can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, bro, we've been talking so highly of this guy, and the team came so unprepared to stop the run. Okay, a lot of things that happened, especially on offense, wasn't Brian Flores' fault, and that's what made me frustrated about the game. Was that even though we couldn't stop the run, even though we couldn't do this, even though Cam kept doing whatever he wanted to, but they couldn't throw the ball on us. They only had 21 points, right? And 2 picks out of 3 from Fitz was when we were driving to score points. Okay, look at the end of that first half. If Fitzpatrick just holds on to the ball and makes good decisions, that's either at least 3 points. We're down 1. Now, instead of that final series, instead of going up, down by 2 and having to get the onside, now you're talking about driving at the end of the fourth quarter to take the lead. So these are some of the things that make me confident going into the rest of the season into week 2, because like Boyer said, like our DC said, and Flores said, a lot of these things are fixable, which it is, and that's the encouraging part. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. It's not like they kept making mistake after mistake after mistake, and damn, we got blown out. They couldn't put up more than 21 points, and they still struggled.
No. I agree. Well, that's what I was telling the guys before you came on. They didn't play that good either. Let's not act like they came out and they played a great game and all that. I chalk up our defensive mishaps with that just being lack of preseason, seeing New England's new offense. Even though you should know that they're going to run the ball with Cam, they're going to run the ball. This is not a guy where you just he gets a broken down play and then he runs. So they're going to run plays for him to run the ball, and we couldn't stop that. We couldn't stop that. We couldn't stop any other running plays. But they didn't play that well either. Let's not act like they did. And I still think we could have won this game.
They didn't play that well because they couldn't do anything else against us.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think that they came in there and just made us look like stupid.
Yeah.
We could have won the game. If anything, I feel like we lost the game because we couldn't do shit on offense. And
we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to get.
And I'm gonna give Dolphins the benefit of the doubt. It was super frustrating just because of and it wasn't the fact that Fitz, that he threw the interceptions or he had the turnovers. It was the time of them. It was a timely one. Even though that last one to Gesicki should have been a holding call. Because if Gesicki's not getting held by Gilmore, he's going up and grabbing that. There's nobody stopping him. I don't know if you saw some of the catches that he had. He had like 3-4 catches, and every single one of them was contested, and no one could even check that guy. I mean, Gesicki
didn't help that we lost Parker too, and he was balling before he went out.
Gesicki's gonna have a huge year. I mean, the way just the catches he's making, he's gonna be nasty. But that's the thing. It was the timing of it. And then when I saw Fitz, when we were driving, actually when we got past, when we got the ball at the 8-yard line to go our last drive of the first half, I was like, play for the field goal, play for the field goal, play for the field goal. When they got past midfield with like 3-4 plays, I was like, all right, go for the touchdown. We have the 3 timeouts, 55 seconds. Let's go for it. Fuck it. Let's go take the lead going into the half. And then Fitz got kind of wild and turned the ball over, and we fucked up. See, and I'm not going to – if we had Tua, we probably win the game. You know what I'm saying? Because Tua's not throwing a pick there, bro. I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay, now that you said that, so then what is it going to take for you to see Tua? Like, when do you think that conversation starts making it?
Somebody brought up a good point. I think it was Beasley. I think it was Shad. That last year, Flores didn't express much patience with Fitz. He had Rosen starting game 3. So you're looking at that timeline. Like, it's close. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing him against Jacksonville. I mean, I think that's the perfect game to start. I think Jacksonville week 3 Thursday night is a perfect week to start him. I mean, he's already taken his reps. I mean, they just said his reps this week went up by like 50%. Oh, bye-bye, host.
Bye-bye, host.
You guys can keep talking, dude. You don't have to stop because I turned off my camera.
No, because you left. It showed you signed off.
Yeah.
I just turned off my camera. That's it.
I think Tua's timeline soon. I don't understand the over exaggerating from Beasley and the guys. Oh, now all of a sudden our receivers can't get open. What? Like,
I mean, Parker was having a great game until he went out.
Article how Miami's offense is going to struggle all year because Miami's receivers can get separation. But all off season and all training camp, you were talking about how Parker's going to have a big season, but that Preston Williams is the next Brandon Marshall. He's our best playmaker. And they were both saying, don't be. And I remember this article that was yesterday from Adam Beasley. I will not be surprised if Parker and Williams both have 1,000 yards. So you went from that statement to, oh, we're going to struggle because we can't get open. You know,
I mean, it's a lot of knee-jerking because it's the first game of the year, and we have no preparation on anybody.
And this is where Tua is going to just excel here, okay? Because Jakeem Grant, and I again, bro, I know we have Fitz. I know we're gonna have to live with Fitz's flaws, okay? But what?
Jakeem Grant, goodbye.
He wants him gone. Yeah, he wants that boy gone.
Oh, do you?
Bro, okay. Put in Malcolm Perry, put in Lynn Bolden.
Okay.
They could probably.
Okay. Yeah. Both of them will never be able to do what Jakeem Grant did on Sunday. Because if you look at the All-22 film, Jakeem Grant was open almost every fucking play. I mean, go look at the film. And I was saying it the whole time. Why is Jakeem Grant not getting the ball? Why is Grant not getting the ball? Fitz is looking at his big guys. Look at it. Fitz like this. Jakeem Grant running wide open in the middle of the field. Can't touch him. Couldn't do anything. Didn't give him the ball. And that's where Tua comes in. He's going to see that matchup. He's going to exploit that matchup. And that's why we've been saying all year that Tua's favorite receiver is going to be Jakeem Grant. Because
I think that's the kind of guy that would
separation,
be great for him.
Bro. There's nobody checking that guy. Oh, by the way, and this is on coaching. And I put this on Brian Flores. And everybody keeps saying, no, but he doesn't call offensive plays. Bitch, he's the fucking head coach. If I'm Brian Flores, I'm on the headset, and I see somebody I'm like, yo, my man, change this shit.
Of course, I'm the head coach. If I don't hear, I mean, there's guys who want their coordinators
we ran motion.
Don't have that
out of 65
shit over their head.
Plays, out of 65 plays, we ran motion one time. But our guys can't get open man to man though. But we ran motion one time.
Why is Myles Gaskin getting the ball more than Jordan Howard and Matt Breida?
Because Myles Gaskin was the best playmaker on the field that day. That's why.
Then why pay Howard and Breida all this money and you're putting in Myles Gaskin how many plays?
I mean, did you know that Myles Gaskin was going to be the best playmaker week one?
Nobody.
I didn't even know he was going to touch the ball.
Because if somebody told me
if
somebody told me that Jordan Howard was going to have 7 yards on 8 rushes, I would have said you're a fucking moron. But you know what? He had 8 rushes and 7 yards.
The touchdown
was Jordan Howard.
Was Jordan Howard, correct.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was part of his 7 yards, but it was his 8th carry, though.
Yeah, I know. That's why when I heard the stat, I was like, Jesus. I hadn't seen him until that point. And I swear to God, I never noticed him until that point in the game when we were at the goal line.
I'll give you Matt Breida. Matt Breida should have been on the field more. He should have been on the field more on third downs, passing downs, in the slot.
Yep. He did get on the field. He made some nice runs.
He made some plays, but he needs to have the ball in his hands where he can create yards after catch. That's Breida's game.
On the sideline, he ain't doing that because.
Okay. Did you see the San Francisco game? The only touchdown. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns.
Mostert.
See the one that Mostert had? That should be Breida. That's Breida's game.
Look, I talk a lot of this again.
This first game. And the good thing about this now is I 100,000% believe Miami on Sunday is going to just sell out on the run with Josh Allen. Because I don't think Buffalo has anybody else that can beat us on the run. I mean, Devin Singletary's okay, but he's not a guy that I'm scared of week to week. Josh Allen, though, and do they have? I mean, they have who do they have? They have a
Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
Okay, we have Xavier Howard. Oh, but they have John Brown. Okay, we have Byron Jones. Oh, by the way, Noah in Benogany, he got targeted 3 times. You know how many catches he allowed?
Yeah, they were talking about him on the broadcast.
And that's your rookie. He's playing slot.
Yeah, but I heard he didn't have a lot of snaps.
Brandon Jones was on the field more than him.
Yeah, Brandon Jones had 10 tackles, but it's going to be interesting to see what he did.
Brandon Jones, the game he had.
He had a good game. Again, man, we'll see what happens week 2. I'm actually more confident going against Buffalo. I know Buffalo is the favorite in the East, but I don't know, but New England doesn't look bad, man. Their defense is still pretty solid. So I don't know. I think they're going to sell out on the run on Sunday. They're going to take their chances, and they're going to make Josh Allen beat them with his arm. And as a matter of fact, that's how it should be. And again, I don't see a lot of teams, especially on this defense. I don't see a lot of teams scoring more than 21, 23 points, 24 points a game, which is, I mean, you get to the 24 range, it's tough, but, 20, 21 points, I mean, you should be able to win, but you have to be able to score that. If you can't score 21 points in this NFL, you're not going to win much games anyway, no matter how good your defense is.
Yeah, no, exactly. You got to put us those points. And we didn't do that this week. That's what I was saying. I still think we could have won this game had we just done something, some sort of light offensively, where it might have carried a little momentum where we get, the field goal, like you said, heading into the half. That would have been big.
And you know what?
All right, go down the field, get those 3 points, come into half.
I'm only going to say it now just because it's funny and because, our line didn't play that good. Our D-line didn't play that good as far as, like Akbar or Lawson, guys that are supposed to be setting the edge and stopping the run.
They didn't do anything.
We missed Raekwon McMillan on Sunday.
Justin, that was one of Justin's points. Yep. You got rid of the one guy who was stopping the run for you. Which makes no sense because we weren't a big run-stopping team last year either.
Once again, it's not as bad as – I'm not going to go too much into it because Raekwon McMillan it's not like he was, Ray Lewis.
No,
obviously. McMillan had a lot of bad games, and he stopped the run okay last year, and, we could have used that, but D-line got to play better, bro. D-line got to play better.
Yeah.
The only one that had any effort that on Sunday was Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins played like a top 5 pick. I mean, he filled up the stat sheet. He filled the stat sheet in every single defensive area except for interception.
Godchall had a bad game, I think.
I didn't even notice him on the field, to be honest.
Ogba and Lawson, they have to have a big game. They have to play a lot better this week.
They got to play a lot better, bro. They got to play.
The only thing I like is that we're home at least. That's even though we have some fans coming in, but that's not my thing. It's just being back to a familiar place with the season, the way it started and all that. Like, that's got to be a big thing for us. Guys are going to sleep in their own beds.
I'm glad we have the fans, bro, because that shit was weird as fuck on Sunday. I don't give a fuck what I was about.
I'm glad you said I hate the fucking crowd noise. I can't stand it. The pumping and the crowd noise, I can't deal with it.
It took me almost a whole quarter just to get back into like the football excitement. I mean, I got back to it, but like just when they would go to the aerial footage, and now I saw no fans. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? But hold on. Again, bro, I'm excited for Sunday. I mean, I was telling, and one of the things I'll end with now, because the game's fucking 20 minutes away.
And we're gonna cut up.
One of the things that I was telling Alex is, I think I even said in the group chat, Sunday is not a must win, but as in my book, as a fan, it kind of is because, because if you go to Jacksonville, which I don't give a fuck what Jacksonville did, the Colts suck. Okay, and Gardner Minshew's not gonna have one incompletion every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're gonna beat them on next Thursday night. I have no problem with that. I think our defense is just way too good for Minshew and shit like that.
But I think it's a short week. That's the one thing, and then depending on how we look.
Yeah, but it's a short week for them as well. So that's not an excuse. I don't care. All the coaches that complain about the Thursday night, it doesn't matter. Both teams got to go through it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But to me, it all depends on what we do Sunday, how we come out of this game Sunday. If we get our ass beat Sunday, that short week is gonna feel like forever, and these guys are not gonna have the momentum going into that game.
Look, if you don't win Sunday and then you win against Jacksonville, okay, whatever. You're 1-2. You're okay. You're fine. You know what I'm saying? Season's not over. But then you got to come out and play, Seattle and San Francisco. So I'd rather be 2-1. I'd rather be going in 2-1 to this game. No, we have Seattle at home. I'd rather be 2-1.
You got to go to San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
That's why I said then we go to the West Coast, and then we go to the thin air on top of that. Right after that. Which we should win that game, I would think, but I don't know. This to me, the season rides on this Sunday for me. What we're gonna look like? What can we do Sunday? Can we fix the mistakes we made last week? Make the adjustments we need to make. The offense has to fucking play better, bro. Period. They have to do something because they had no identity at all. And they did nothing right offensively. The offensive line played well, obviously.
Very
got that. I mean, they had two of the guys highly rated on PVPF. Whatever the hell that was. Austin Jackson, which was a question mark. People thought playing the position so early. He played great. So that's our lone bright spot on offense. So we definitely got to make these adjustments for week 2 because I don't want to go into Jacksonville 0-2. I really don't. So,
like I said, bro, we always play Buffalo well. Buffalo doesn't have firepower like that. And listen, Buffalo's going to be without Tremaine Edmonds and Matt Milano. So that's their linebackers gone. They're not. They're out of the game. They're not playing Sunday. I believe. I think they're already doubtful for the game.
Okay. But all I know is that if we lose to if we lose to Jacksonville, if we're 0-3 after Jacksonville, we're gonna be 0-5 after San Fran. We're not gonna beat Seattle and San Francisco.
So you don't. Okay. So my mind a little bit changed when I saw the San Francisco game against Arizona. San Francisco was very beatable.
I think any team is beatable. I think any team on Sunday, like they say, any given Sunday, you can be beat any week. You can. I get that.
You know what I think, and I think we're all guilty of this. We're going off San Francisco's. We're going off San Fran's resume from last year, not this year. They looked horrendous against Arizona. I mean, horrible. I mean, Jimmy G is not even. To me, I think I've said it before. He's not even a top 15 quarterback to me.
Well, I mean, Arizona's offense isn't.
Yeah, man. With Hopkins
right now, I was gonna say.
With Hopkins right now, and Kyler Murray's growth, he's looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying their offense ain't nothing to spit at, you know.
Oh, I'm not saying it is, but it's.
But I know San Fran's defense was also they were known for their defense as well. So.
And Kittle got hurt. Debo Samuel's out. They have a lot of injuries.
I'm looking at 0-2 this week on fantasy too. Shit. Because I got Kittle out. I got Parker. Well, Parker said he's going to play, but he might get hurt again like he does. Fucking glass. Fucking doll. Always getting fucking hurt. All right. On that note, gentlemen, I know you got in late, but you got you got your money's worth there, Brandon, with your takes. And Alex, thanks for making the time early today. It was crazy. I can't get you motherfuckers together with time. And
guys, I got to go.
Look at that. Look, you see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? In the middle of me saying that. Dale,
I love y'all.
Here,
Go Heat.
Go Heat. Go Heat.
Go you guys in a little bit.
Dale. McDonald's before the game starts. Hold on, we're not done yet. Don't go nowhere. Because then I'm here by myself talking.
I'm here.
I just want to get this time because I got to work the. Damn, this is going to be a fun editing session because there's been so much in and out. Screen came in, screen came out, so I got to work the fucking names and all that. So it's going to be fun. Well, we got their prediction, so I already got yours, and like I said, I think I'm leaning towards us winning big tonight. So let's see what happens. Alex, appreciate the making the effort to get in here earlier today, and let's go Heat. Talk to you boys next week, and
yes, sir.
We are out. Peace out, man.